This is the 9th annual running of the Weston Super Mare Beach Race, and as we wait for the machines to come down from the Parc Ferme, there's Rob Herring, British 125 250 champion, hoping to pick up some tips for this 1991 beach race. Harvey Bell's from there, his mechanic, the winning mechanic with Ryan Hunt last year. But here comes the bikes. There go the police convoy that keep them behind them. Where are the machines? And well, they've overshot some of them in their enthusiasm to get onto the beach, and that's one marshal that's decided he's not going to stand in the middle and try and stop this pack of power-crazed, hungry riders. They'll line up now on the beach. They'll have to stop engines. That'll be that is hard. You'll be exhausted by the time you get halfway down. Little bits of wood there to stand the bikes against, because obviously you don't want to keep that piece of wood. You just leave it where it is. But there you are, the instruction there from the marshal. Kill engines. This is where the atmosphere and the adrenaline starts to pump. They'll push down onto the beach. This is hard. Big 500s, quads and sidecars, which will be out in the final tomorrow. Saturday, it's Heat 1. 300 riders line up. They wait for the lights to go green. 497 there in for result for finish. That's what it's about racing. Not just getting to the end, but it's getting there in a good position. 150 go through to Sunday's finals. Who will they be? And they're waiting for the green lights up the engines into power, and down the beach they go. 300 laying across the tanks. This is a spectacular that you have to be here to see. Sponsored by DBR, which is most definitely the best motocross magazine to buy and read. Finnins, they're there with their big diggers, making the big jumps, but this is the bit that everybody lines up to see. 60-odd thousand spectators will be here today and tomorrow to witness a spectacular which is only seen once a year here at Weston Super Mare. 466, that's a big gen lad, Vince Davis, into those very gnarly, whoopy sections. This is a new bit for the first time this year, and then they'll hit the dunes next. As the ensuing pack comes through, this is where the fun really begins. There they come. There's 300 of them spread out along the beach. They'll begin to pack up as they come into the first dune, and then you will see the... Oh, someone there didn't quite make the dune. The exasperated attempts of the Mars dune to drag things over. Well, look at this, M25 at 8 o'clock on a Friday morning. Well, we've seen it before, we see it every year, and every year people say, is there another way of getting these machines over that first dune? But let's face it, that's the fun of Western Beach Race, isn't it? Or any beach race. Watching these guys pick their way over the dunes. Well, there's only a few guys so far. Some people tell me that these marshals actually come here and enjoy this. I can't think why. They must be gluttons for punishment, but indeed they come back every year. And there we are. Some have got over and away into the lead. I think we have a change. because indeed it is a Kawasaki that leads. That Honda of Vince Davis's is somewhere around in the background. There's a Suzuki chasing back there, I'd say in about third place. But it makes no real difference at the start of this beach because they've got about 2 hours to go. Machines and men, it's a test of endurance. Either the man will give up or the bike will give up. Sitting on the back, my God, head down, flat out. These machines geared down for this, usually capable of 60 miles an hour on a normal motocross circuit, but geared up to do around 100 miles an hour down that straight. And we're back to the dune. This is fun. Oh, there's the rider that obviously has a wish to go on holiday to Australia. He's trying to dig his way through. And another one. Well, he's trying to fill in the guy behind. They're going, they all are. Well, it's no good, lads. You've got to get over the top. Well, this is a novel way of entering a beach race. This is a 200 Yamaha 390. Now, the theory of this young lad is that if I've got bigger tyres, I won't get stuck. I think the theory rather is that if I've got bigger tyres, I should fill everybody else in. Bevis Billingham it was, Bognor Regis lad, as they start to thin out just a little bit through the dunes, and you'll see until you're more things to fail when you pick up a fair pace in front of the rest as the ensuing riders begin to tire. You can see they're tiring, looking just a little bit apprehensive. We've got Speedy Gonzalez there. I like the hats. I wonder if it helps him with wind resistance down the big straight. They'll pick away through that's some quite tights here again. But they're a very old machine. That indeed is a very old machine. But that's what Weston is all about. You can enter on just about anything. Well, I suppose a pram if you can push it round. So here they come. The waters you can see beginning to splash up. That's where they actually dig out the holes to make the jumps. It makes a hole. It fills up the water. Way too slowly. That's one way of doing it. Or you can just go for it flat out and make a big splash. Generally, you usually drown somebody else in the proceeds. Well, they're beginning really now to thin out as they go through. This is the first heat. 150 of these riders, if they make it to the end, the ones that do the most laps, usually it's around 9 or 10 or 11 laps, gets you into the final on Sunday. And got out there on the sea. It's definitely with a little bit of a water problem. And it didn't help because the guy who went past him just finished the job off nicely. Over the big dunes, you have to pick your way through very carefully and cautiously because you never know who is going to be on the other side, as we will see shortly. All sorts of costumes are fair turn up here at Weston Super Mare. People with things on their heads and people with things on their backs. Down the straight they go, just look at this. These are single-cylinder machines. They're one small little piston, it's water-cooled, and it really is getting a thrashing of its life. Probably quite a ring out. Anything in excess of 100 miles an hour can be reached down this big straight. When you're laying on the tank, you feel more like Barry Sheen than David Thorpe. 259, he's got the habit. Down he goes. It's an exhilarating experience. If you've never done it, I suggest you give it a try because it really is something to be tried. In through the deep sand they go. One or two. That's a particularly nasty jump they've built there. Sort of a two-tier type of affair. It drops off the other side. And there goes Gonzalez again. He's still got his hat. Obviously, he's still got a few to go with it. Some of the older bikes, some of the trial and trail riders coming through. You can, as I said, enter Weston Super Mare on just about anything as long as it's got 2 wheels, 3 wheels, and 4 wheels. And we've never yet seen a 6-wheeler here, but I expect enter into the computers and get an accurate record as to exactly where you are. Now, this is what I said. You never know who is on the other side of a dune. That gentleman has just learnt that lesson. The marshal stands there doing a very good job. Get over, he says, get over. And he ignores him totally, which is what normally goes on at Weston. Everybody ignores the marshals. But it's all good fun. If you've never been here at the weekend, well, there's always next year. Well, this looks like the winner that's just come home, 466. Well, that's Vince Davis from Bridgend, so he's picked up that first heat. In the semi-final. The second heat is yet to follow as the remaining hopefuls come down the dunes towards that finish, and I'm sure each and every one of them is going to be hoping, well, I did the job. 441, sure he's through. Because if you leave it overnight, the salt will take just about all the chrome there is on the bike off. 451, he looks to be, well, he looks rather fresh, trialling his way through there, so, well, look at that. After an hour or so, I can still do it. He too lines up. There are the red lights in the big Finnins digger, one of our main sponsors here this weekend, and they are away. 300 power crazed. Indeed, got to that dune literally in the first 10 if you want to get over and get a straight run at the first lap. Here they come. 100 miles an hour. Some of these lads are travelling at. It's a phenomenal sight to see. The spray everywhere, there's sand everywhere, and believe you me, the bike literally steers itself down there. Now, this is the object of getting there first. You avoid that. Well, it's number 636. Back behind him, 7, well, that's Steve Bayliss. And that looked like the place man that's just gone down in the heat. And if that's the case, it's Mr. Goodfellow, I think it was, on the Honda. And the Kawasaki there, that looks like Richard Mayne. He's come through, so they are indeed in the top 10. You see, that's the importance of getting over that first dune in the first 10 or 15, because you've got a fair dune once you, then after you, and that's time to start picking your way through the pack. Riders all over the place. The ruts start to get a little deeper. It gets harder and harder. That's a four-stroke with a machine stranded on the right-hand side as they come down. This is the road section. We actually run down by the promenade. Something fun. Suzuki, obviously, he joined himself. A little bit of a foot wave to our cameraman. It's all good fun. We have Finnins here for about a week before with their massive, great earth-moving machines. And these machines really are enormous. You could almost fit a semi-detached house in one of the large rear-end buckets on the machines. Well, they are a little bit of a pile-up. Let's just sort ourselves out, lads. And everybody having a friendly word. Are you okay? Certainly. Are you enjoying yourself? Certainly. What we're here, the solo riders coming through beginning, as you can see, to feel the pressure of this hour and a half qualifying heat. The fitter riders, I won't like to think what he just said. We know who it was. Again, it's Mr. Robinson. He's leading at the moment. Oh, well, there's someone that's looking very fit. Power on with the bike over the big dunes. Got to keep it going. Keep the front end up. The power on. As I said, Finnins, the contractors are here. And, well, there is our leader again. He really is getting some camera space at the moment. Obviously a friend of our cameraman. A bit of favouritism. 798, that was. That's Zach Bunnell, one of our former schoolboy riders, now into the adult ranks, riding the 250, and obviously enjoying himself. Now, there's a gentleman let's think about tomorrow. And a very good job he does as well. He'll be here riding in the final tomorrow, and I can assure you won't be riding that particular machine. The riders picking their way through, beginning to get near to the end of this second qualifying heat. 150 qualified through. Conditions just a little bit worse than they were last year. It's a little bit wetter. They're very high winds and high tides, of course, have become very soggy and bumpy. So we'll do a marvellous job tonight. And first thing we'll come back out and rebuild all the jumps. And I can tell you that on Sunday, they make those jumps a hell of a lot higher for the main lads. Robinson it is here, still very comfortably in the lead, having no problems at all. We've got a couple of guys here trying to sort themselves out, and he's in trouble, but he's got it going again. 684 on the bike. The marshal there looking for a safe place to cross. I can assure you, sir, there is no... That's something of our own entrance. All sorts of headgear you see here. It's all fun this weekend. People come with, dare I say it, blown-up women attached to their backs, having a little piggyback ride around the circuit. All sorts of costumes tend to be worn over the regulation equipment that these riders are allowed to wear. Very, very sticky. Look at it. They're deep into the bog. Well, I was talking about Finnins. Here they are. Chucking a little bit of sand into those very close to prevent the problems that you get every year with riders that end up being sunk so deep you have to get a Finnins bucket to pull them out with. Down the straight again they come. Flat out. 6 gear on the 125s, 5th, sometimes 6 on the 250s. Top gear on the 500s. Well, it's up to you. Sprocket down the back of the bike. They add all sorts of wheels to these machines because at the end of the straight, when you shut that throttle, that's not the going to fit. But a lot of these lads fit special little chokes. Oh, there's somebody that's decided to take an early bath. Possibly it'd be better to wait till after the race is finished, and I'm sure the shower would be a lot more pleasurable than that. He's lying there at the moment, either waiting to become famous on camera, which he's succeeded in doing so. 7:31 it looks like, but you can never tell because they get so covered in muck. Some of them indeed, it's in lesson that you don't stop in the surface. You have to keep going. I think he's looking around desperately. Well, we'll probably still be there at the end of the race, but I'm sure they'll get him out in time for Sunday's final. That's, of course, if he qualifies. It's fun. It's good fun, but I can assure you it's hard work here at Weston Super Mare. Each year they seem to make it bigger, they seem to make it harder. That looks very much like, well, I was about to say that did look like our leader, but no, I don't think it is. Now here is the way to do it. That I think is Zach Bunnell, 798, who's now in the lead. In a change, doesn't take much to change. Takes the about, I'd say anything between 6 to 10 minutes a lap. When I rode here, it took me about 35 minutes a lap, but you must excuse me, I'm an old man. Well, that's what people keep telling me anyway. It's 8:04 on the Kawasaki, and, well, he seems to be enjoying himself, whoever he is. Right, now this is where the fun begins. Through the whoopie-doos, you can see how sloshy and splashy it is. You land in those big puddles, you get covered in very cold, wet, salty seawater. Does nothing for one's riding equipment. And we aren't at this moment talking about the clothing. That's the leader there again. Bunnell has definitely got the lead. So showing some of that experience as a youth rider. That looks like second place man there indeed. Robinson has to... Ooh! Robinson displaying the art of getting the bike sideways. They should now be coming into the finish area. We should see the checker flag quite soon to herald the end of Saturday's second heat. 150 going through to Sunday, and that's where the fun really is going to begin. Over those sand dunes. You'll see they're quite well flattened now. Well, they'll get rebuilt this evening by Finnins and their big machines. Had a ride down a couple of years ago in one of those big buckets in the cabin, actual fact, of one of the biggest machines they had, and believe you me, it seemed like I was standing on top of a 10-storey building. Magnificent machines, and the lads do a magnificent job. Woodsprings Council, of course, Weston Super Mare would not be successful without Woodsprings. They do a marvellous job, as do the police here at Weston Super Mare and everybody else that pitches in to put this annual beach race on. Somebody there cleaning off the numbers. That could well be Mr. Bunnell, and indeed it is. He takes the checkered flag as the remainder of the riders come through to see that checkered flag, and for some it will be a very, very welcome sight. Well, the hard-working ladies in the background there are lap scorers. We should mention them because they really do a magnificent job. And there's a man, well, who's just disappeared out of camera shot. That's George Greenland, that is. And he's one of the gentlemen, part of Euro Promotions. And he's been here for a week. And the week's holiday here at Weston Super Mare, preparing the circuit for today and tomorrow. Richard Main coming through and finishing in a qualifying position. Will make him very happy. Well, as the sun went down, the work begun. Finnins came in with their big machines to rebuild the circuit for tomorrow, and tomorrow was one day that everybody will remember.
Twice winner, past winner. Feel confident today?
Yeah, fairly confident. Yeah, I just hope for a bit of luck. That's all you need, really.
And that's what Weston's all about. You can't really go out to win. You just got everything full right as the race progresses.
That's it. You can't predict you're going to win. It's not like a motocross event. You got to just hope you have the luck over the dunes. You get helped up with the marshals and just keep plodding on.
We've had a walk across the prom this morning. It's pretty rough out there. Will that suit you older guys? Is that not being too rude when I say something like that? Are the youngsters likely to get in a little bit easier, or?
I don't think it makes any difference, really.
No?
No, I don't think it'll make it easier for the more experienced riders, and the better riders, because it sorts them out. When it's too easy, then pretty much everyone can go the same speed. So it'll be good, whatever.
And how many Westons have you done?
Oh, well, I was here at the first one, but I've missed a few in between, probably 5 or 6, something like that.
Is he going to win it today?
Well, I like to think so, but you don't know, do you?
Who's in the team? Fueling and...
We got Keith Turner, the mechanic up at Race Spec, and Felix Beltram, 2 pit crews. So it's all down to them as well. It's a team event. This it's not just down to the rider. It's all about teamwork.
There's been a Beltram with you on the 2 occasions that you won it, yeah?
Yeah.
First time not spannering, but the second time I believe to be spannering for you.
Yeah. Harvey's helped me out both times. That's Harvey Belton. That's Felix's brother. He's helped me out both times. We've done the beach race, so
That could be lucky.
well, you never know. Belton in the camp again could make a difference. Yeah.
Good luck. Enjoy your day.
Thanks, Eric.
Oh,
Final arrangements made, Dave?
yes, we're all ready to go when we get the course rebuilt.
So
We've had a hell of a night.
Strong winds in the night, practically destroyed after the course, yeah?
And plus the fact the tide's come in higher than predicted.
Because of the high winds?
Yeah, you get this here. You can't legislate for it neither.
No, there's nothing you can do. You can do a lot of things, Dave, but I don't think you can do anything with the tide.
No, you can't touch the tide. And the big problem is that if we don't get off at 11, it's going to mean a shorter race because the tide's going to come whatever.
So the 11 o'clock start is crucial today?
Yeah.
What about the rest of the arrangements? Is it worthwhile? Is it worth it? I've seen you struggling in the last couple of days, and I look at you and George and Jack, and I
Well,
think...
we ain't struggling, we're organised.
But you do have some awkward jobs to deal with, some awkward people possibly, yeah?
People, yes, regularly. I mean, one guy yesterday told us where we could put our beach race.
But this is quite common. You can wear that, Dave,
I
can't
can
you?
stand that.
Yeah, no
can
problem.
stand that.
Well, good luck, and we hope everything goes off well today.
Thanks, Eric.
Thanks, Dave. Morning, Jared.
Morning.
Just got out of the van and sneaked in the hotel, yeah?
Yeah.
Bucks you breakfast.
Yeah, you might as well.
You a fry-up man as well?
Nah, not really.
No, just some cereal.
Yeah, once in a while I fry away.
You going to behave yourself today?
I always do.
What's the best part of the beach race for you?
Finish.
The finish. Is it tough? Is it hard?
Well, it's not as hard as you think, you know. You get arrested going down the straight every lap, so unless the tide comes in.
And you got problems.
Yeah.
I think you're a bit concerned about that this morning because of the high winds.
Yeah.
What about the cold, wet weather? You're tougher in that?
Well, I don't know. I'm used to it.
You're used to it from up that way, yeah?
Yeah. I don't fancy the idea of wet sand and everything down my trousers for 3 hours, but
Well, good luck and behave yourself coming down the road, yeah?
yeah, will do I.
Thanks, Jared.
Thanks.
One of our younger competitors here this morning, Neil Prince. How many beach races for you, Neil?
This will be my 4th beach race.
So you're 4th.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy them?
Yeah, they're quite good fun. Depends what start you're getting. Yeah, it should be good, really.
And what are you riding today?
250 race spec Honda today.
The first ones you've done was on a 125, yeah?
Yeah, at Blackpool beach race. I think I was something like 20th, something like that. Wasn't so good.
Is the is it too much work for the 125?
Yeah, I think so. You're just screaming it everywhere, and it's just no good, really. You know, you need something with a bit more power to get you through the mud and that.
And you had your fry up this morning? You a breakfast man?
Yeah, waiting for it to come.
Waiting for it to come?
Yeah.
Oh, good luck. Have a good day.
Thanks so much.
Morning, Trevor Nation.
Good morning.
Fried breakfast on the way?
No, I'm having a kipper this morning.
Having a kipper.
Yeah, a bit of protein, you know, take it seriously.
How many beach races have you done?
Oh, this is my second one. But,
Your second one. Finish and enjoy the first one?
I did actually. I was 80th, and yeah, we had a bit of fun. I mean, I overgeared it, and had to come in and quickly change a front sprocket, which luckily was held on with the circlip, so it didn't take too long.
When that gun goes off, you were serious about the job?
Well, last time I was definitely within the first 20 into the first corner, and you know, I want to try and do the same again. Yeah.
And what are you riding?
It's Yamaha, 250 Yamaha.
250 Yamaha.
Yeah.
Loan from Harvey or?
No, it's not actually. It's my own.
It's your own, yeah?
Yeah, I've had it like, well, it's a year old now. I've had it. You know, it's a good bike.
To enjoy playing with the motocross machines?
I do, yeah. I do a fair bit of off-road riding, although I don't compete. I mean, the last time I competed off-road was the last beach race I did, which was 3 years ago. You know. But,
And what about the cold, wet? You're used to that? Doesn't worry you?
No. Anyway, there's at Brands at the beginning of the year for the race we had there. You know, road race. I mean, it was absolutely pouring down with rain. I mean, you can't get much wetter than that, I don't think.
Trevor Nation, good luck, and we hope to catch up with you later in the day.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank
Cheers.
you. Good morning, the RV family. Past winner. No, not riding today, Roger.
No, time rolls on and you get a bit old for it.
And so you can have the late nights and the large breakfasts, yeah?
I'm certainly having the large breakfast and I definitely had the late night, yes.
And family weekend for all you?
Yeah, we normally come down to Weston. I've done since we've been coming down here since '74. We missed the first one, and I think I've been to every one excepting last year. So we all come down every year and generally enjoy it. It's normally a very good race, thoroughly good to watch.
And the family enjoy it?
Yeah. Family love it.
We're up at 6, sabotaging. I mean, no, putting a pit up.
A pit up?
Yeah,
took the truck down.
Took the truck down, got a pit organised, got a fuel, sussed out where we're going to board from and that. So we didn't have a chance to walk the track because it was still pretty dark. And they were just grading certain parts of it. So I just think I'd go careful first lap.
Bad weather? Cold, wet?
Looks pretty miserable. Well, the forecast was the same as yesterday, but it's pretty miserable at the moment.
Been on the winning side 3 times before. Gonna make it four in a row today?
I don't know, that's up to Rob, isn't it?
Nothing to do with you at all?
No, I don't know. It's just got to be like pit stops. Everything else got to be good, and you just got to hope it doesn't get held up in the first few laps. If it gets held up and damage the bike, then it could be all over.
It'll be all over
So,
within like 10 minutes.
Yeah, so it's just got to get away and.
You would like to win it, but like you say, it's just got that little bit of luck to go with it all, isn't it?
Yeah, Weston's more a fun event, but if you win it, it's sort of a bonus. But there's so much that can go wrong. You know, you got 800 or however many other guys out there. All you need is for one to wobble and collide with him, and you know you got your bike's got to last for 3 hours, which it takes a fair amount of preparation, and you got to ride smart really for 3 hours. Just ride clever, stay up, keep out of trouble. So a lot can go wrong.
If you was going to put your money on somebody, not yourself, who would you put it on?
If I was going to put it on somebody, I would say I would either put it on well, 3 people. I put it on Jared,
Tony Wright,
and probably. I mean, Ryan won it last year, really. Yeah. So you got to say Ryan.
Paul Edmondson.
4. I mean, then you just start looking at 4 people. I wouldn't want to choose, put money on one person because, I think there's probably one of 6 or 7 that could win it if everything went right. Rob Meek, he goes well here. There's a couple of guys that could win it. You just need a lot of luck.
What about the most experienced before? How many Westons have you ridden?
3.
3.
Finished 1.
Finished 1.
Led 2. Finished 1. Excuse me. Yeah.
What do you remember most from the past Westerns? Something that sticks in your mind more than anything else?
Probably season at the start straight whilst I had a 3-minute lead on the first lap in 86. Completed the first lap, 3-minute lead, miles in front. Went up start straight and things seized up. I had to push it all the way back. That's probably the thing I remember most. And that's about it, really.
Apparently, everybody tells me that you have never got the start right yet. Are you going to be able to do that today, Jack Matthews?
Is that right? I wouldn't argue that fact. But has anybody ever got a beach race start right?
I wouldn't have thought so.
No.
Too many problems. Tell us the particular things that you've got to get right today for you.
What, for me particularly?
For the start, yeah. What's the procedure when they get down on the beach?
Well, we try and get them all out on the beach. It's never been really done 100% to my satisfaction yet. But I don't think it ever will be. You've got 1,000 riders, 500 riders, doesn't matter. Between 500 and 1,000, you just can't control them. So when it looks as though it's as near to right as possible, off they go. And let's be right about it. In a 3-hour race, the start isn't the most important part.
No.
No, but the riders, having been an ex-rider myself, I realise when the adrenaline's up, what the feelings are all about, So
every year they come here, they've got a new game plan, haven't they?
That's right.
They're trying to be smarter than the starter.
Yeah. Well,
it happens all the time. They've all planned their own little way they're going to do things.
Yeah, but George Greenland and I have got like 30 years start on them with our own game plans, I mean, we were doing and thinking the same things 30 years ago. And like in life, there's nothing new in life, is there?
So they've come up with no new ideas, Jack?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Full breakfast for me this morning.
You been out and walked the course this morning?
Yeah. I think the biggest problem is going to be on all the corners. There's going to be so much ruts and so much water. As soon as it starts to dig down, that's where the problem's going to be. And for the quads and sidecars, it shouldn't be so bad because they shouldn't really get stuck there. But for the solos, it'll be the biggest problem.
It's pretty soft going, isn't it?
Yeah, too soft to be truthful. The dunes, by the looks of it, they've built them up a fair bit from yesterday. But again, I think there'll be a couple of dunes that will be a big problem. It's sort of like a step-up dune, which they're sort of dug down quite deep. And there's like a hole in the middle, so if you get up the first one it's not so bad, but it's getting up the second one that's going to be the biggest problem.
The win at Weston well overdue now? Getting to you a little bit, is it?
It's about time that I won it. Past few years when I started riding well was on a 125. I switched to 250 last year for the first time and had a bit of bad luck. But this year, I mean, I've had a week's riding in Corsica on a rally, so it's not due to lack of riding, but I feel fairly good and relaxed and things. I think it should be a good day.
And the rally in Corsica, when did you get back from that?
Well, I flew into Birmingham Airport 10 o'clock Friday night and we got down here at 1 o'clock Saturday morning. Basically Saturday was just a day of catching up on some sleep really. I've been up at 6 every morning for the rally and Saturday here was just like a lazy day. So I really didn't get a chance to look at too much or look at the course or anything. But I've had a good look this morning and it seems okay. But it should be an interesting race.
Who's going to win the beach race today?
Paul.
Paul who?
My Paul.
Your Paul? What does he ride?
Husqvarna.
Where's he been this week? We haven't seen him, have we? He hasn't been home, has he? Where's he been?
Wally.
Has he? How did he get on?
I don't know.
You're going to be out there all day running around. You don't mind the wet and cold, do you? So definitely Paul Edmondson, yeah? Alright, let's see what happens, eh? He's due for the win, isn't he?
Possibly there, talking to a future champion. Well, here's the machines. They've been standing here almost for 2 days. 600 bikes in the Parc Fermé, waiting to go down onto that seafront. And I can tell you that the tension amongst the riders will begin to mount, and no more so than this young man.
Ryan Hunt, #1 played on the bike today, trying to win it again for the second time.
Yeah, I'm going to go out and give it my best shot. It's never easy to even finish the beach race, so I hope to be up there again this year.
And it wasn't until the last lap last year that you had it in the bag, was it? It was a real race, even on the last lap, and that was your fastest lap of the race, so you must be fairly fit.
Well, I hope I'm fit this year. I was fit last year, but we'll have to wait and see.
Need a bit of luck for everything to go well?
Oh, you need a little bit of luck, yeah. Miss the cues and not getting bogged down in smooth pit stops. It all helps.
And what have you got to be? In what group have you got to be to gate to be able to win it? Realistically, top 50?
I don't know. Yeah, top 50. Yeah,
that's good enough?
Yeah, I reckon that'll be good enough. I'd be happy with that.
Well, good luck, and we hope to speak to you later in the day. Thanks, Ryan Hunt.
You need so much luck. I thought I'd enjoy the day, then go serious for a change.
And they tell me you've welded the sidecar on the bike.
We had a few test runs and lost the chair, so we decided we'd better weld it on because the brackets weren't holding up to it.
So if the chair falls off, you're going to carry on the solo
We'll
class?
be going solo, yeah.
Good luck, Brian Wheeler.
Thanks.
Well, as the riders received the briefing from Dave Smith, the secretary of the meeting, to tell them about the rules and regulations, about this. That's the convoy that goes down to the beach with the police escort, and I can tell you that all those words from David are not heeded by anybody. The policemen usually stand up and give the riders a lecture themselves. As you'll see in a moment, it doesn't seem to make an awful lot of difference. This is where all your highways and byway laws get totally thrown out the window. The only time really that a motocross machine can be ridden on a public highway with the permission and the support of the local constabulary. You try and do it any other time and you'll find yourself very seriously up in front of the magistrate. Here they come. This is where the tension begins to mount. These poor policemen have a hell of a job keeping these lads back because it's so important to get to that beach before anybody else. You need to be at the front to get to the 1st June in front in the top 10 to stand any chance of coming through to the front in this Weston Super Mare Beach race. Well, the police at the moment are, well, they're carrying out a wonderful job at keeping them under control. We've got sidecars in there, we've got quads, we've got hundreds of solos, 600 competitors in all, and there's two that are having a bit of buffeting and bagging and a word from the policeman. You'll do as I say, son, or you'll get a ticket, he says. I can tell you that the spectators love this bit. There are people lining the hotel balconies taking photographs. There's Brian Wheeler on that 168 outfit with young Mark Jenkins, the ex-schoolboy champion. He was a champ at 8. He thought he'd have learnt by now. Getting in a chair with Brian Wheeler. I think he's left his brains behind. Everybody's happy, coats on ready. They'll take them off when they get to the start. And here they are. They're lining up now at the start of the beach. They've got to stop engines and push the bikes down. And I can tell you from experience year after year, this is going to be a total shovel of a start. No one will wait for those lights to go green. There's the red light in the background. And there they go. As I said, there's too much enthusiasm. 600 motorcycles coming down that beach, and I can assure you I would not want to be standing in the middle. Flat out. This is something which you have to be here to see and experience. It's unbelievable. Here they come. Flat out, 100 mile an hour, motocross machines on the knobbly tyres. The sand tends to steer you. Just have to hang on and hope that you don't hit a big deep puddle of water. Who's it going to be? Enter that first corner. We'll be looking for Hunt #1. We'll be looking for Herring. They're all in there. We can't see, but there's a whole gaggle gone into that first corner. Let's find out who it is when we change camera shot for the 1st June. But look at this. A real spectacular. Well, there we are. We're at the 1st June and we've joined the M25Q. Sidecars, they get in the way. Quads, they get in the way. The solo riders hate the sidecars. The sidecars just ride over the solos and the quads just get stuck in the mire. and have to push and pull. So do the sidecars. I bet Wheeler's through there somewhere. Probably elbowed his way over the top of that first June, Brian Wheeler. A solo rider out for the first time on a chair outfit. Young Jenkins in the chair. Well, Phil picked them up later. There's somebody that's clowning around. Just look at this. It's almost a hopeless task for the marshals, and you can guarantee that someone will move that fence in and let somebody around the side. It happens every year. There's the quads lining up. There's no hope for them. There's someone trying to find another way round. It's TK Landscapes man. Banks it is. Mark Banks, number 14, leading. Can't see who that is in second place. It's third. Looks like 34 there in third spot. So we've got a couple of Kawasaki's chasing. That's Edmondson. Young Paul Edmondson, the Enduro champion, number 2 on the 250 Husqvarna. There is Hunt, last year's winner, number 1. He's back in about 5th or 6th place. He's got a lot to do. It's all about keeping going. 3 hours of total torture. There's Gerard Smith. Well, they don't call him Orson for nothing. A wheelie all the way down the straight at about 100 miles an hour. The man should be in road racing. They asked, that's how they treat the man behind you. He says, I'm okay. Somebody else, well, that looks like Mr. Bumblebee with his shirt on. In fact, that guy, I think, rides every year. I seem to recognise him from the year before. Well, there it is. Traffic congestion at its best, really, in the sand. Someone there that's put him out. That's one quad that's going back to the paddock. Flat rear tyre. These quads are so difficult to manhandle around these sandy conditions. Down the straight they go. Riders have been known to run into the back of these quads on the straight. That's Wheeler. Yes, Brian Wheeler. And he's still got the sidecar attached. Jenkins is still with him. Well, when he said he'd ride solo, that means Jenkins is going to have to sit on the back, on the mudguard. There you go. Wheeler demonstrating his multi-talents. Here comes another one of the quads. He's having fun. Splattered in sand. Looks like the rear number plate's about to part company. A few more of the solos come around behind him. There's somebody with a bit of unusual headgear. Is that a feather or something? Well, you can just about barely distinguish who they are, but we'll be looking back for last year's winner, Ryan Hunt, number 1, or young Paul Emerson riding number 2. That's Banks, I think that's Banks in the paddock already, refuelling. Over the years, people have devised different ways of speed refueling, but they've all reverted back to the good old can with the funnel on the end. Banks is out and away again, number 14. Looks as if he's leading at the moment, Banks, on that 500 KTM. That's the bike to do it on. Now, that's Eddie. Young Paul Edmondson. What a rider he is. He can ride motocross. He can ride enduro, and he's easily Britain's greatest enduro rider now, really taking over the reins from Geraint Jones. Number 3, that's Robbie Herring, the British 125 250 champion on a 1992 500 Honda. Wasn't a good day for Herring, got 3 laps, had mechanical problems and had to retire, and Weston Super Mare has never ever been good for Robbie Herring. Number 18, that's Matt Bates on the air-cooled 500 Yamaha, still riding for Mitsui Yamaha at the moment. He's off down the big hill. Look at this, there is Eddie, picking his way. Look, just unbelievable what this lad can do on a bike. He's a whisper of a lad. He appears to have no muscle on him at all, but this guy can really manhandle anything around the course. You've got to be fit to be an enduro rider, and this lad is a World 125 champion. So he's gone against the best and beaten them all, and he's up against some good lads here. Right. It's Herring into the pits there. Robbie Herring, number 3 on that 92 500. Debut in the Honda. Everybody, no doubt, having a very close look at the bike. Harvey Beltram, now his mechanic. It was Ryan Hunt's mechanic last year. Took Hunt to the win. Can he take Herring to the win? But we all know that he didn't. There he still is, circulating. Didn't get the best of starts, Robbie, but he got quite up there. Look at young Eddie. There is just unbelievable what this lad can do with a bike. He throws it around as if it's a tiddler, as if it is a 125, but it's a 250. It's a Husqvarna. Number 17 there in your picture. That's Dave Watson it is. Form of each race. We spoke to him earlier at the start of the day at breakfast. 20. That's Willie Simpson, 21. Big burly Willie. Well, he's always up there in a beach race. Never far behind the front runners is Willie. 26, that's another former Western Beach Race winner, Rob Meek. Now, he keeps telling me he's going to retire, but he's back every year here at Western, and he's always in the top 10, is Rob. Well, he picks his way through. Here's Mr. McDonald. 173. Our journalist friend, I wonder if he's brought his notepad with him, but he's taking it very gingerly. Oh, well, that's not the way to treat a quad. And, oh dear, that's not the way to treat Barry Johnson, because Barry Johnson has just very near, well, he has indeed landed on that quad. I think Hunt went through there somewhere. We saw Hunt just momentarily. Look at this for a bit of cheating. Someone has found an alternative route around that dune as the others decide to find another alternative route around the dune. But I don't recommend that one. They really are going to struggle now to get that untangled from the ropes. But everybody else, oh, somebody else has decided to copy. Well, if you can do it, so can I. That's Robbie Herring there. Robbie Herring well and truly stuck behind those stalled riders. That's not going to do his chances any good whatsoever. This is what beach racing's all about. You've got to keep it going, keep the bike running, keep it going forward, keep it out of the sand and keep it out of trouble. But Herring looks to, well, he's found himself a little bit of a traffic jam. Somebody else goes round the outside. Not sure who that is going over the top. Yeah, over the top indeed he went. Well, that's somebody else that sorted themselves out from a big mess. Is there one or is there two there? Well, there comes a sidecar. That's not Brian Wheeler. Had that been Brian Wheeler, he probably would have jumped over those two. Well, this is what Weston's all about. Finding yourself a traffic jam and planting yourself in the middle of it. 87 there, making his way past. Got a quad there, stranded. Well, indeed. He's obviously taking samples home with him, this lad. He's left his bucket and spade at home in the shed and he's taking some sand home to play with. Now, this is not what you do with a sidecar outfit. Bury it. It's a very difficult thing to extract from that gooey sand down here at the Weston Beach. The rest of the riders coming past, I don't know who that is, but they're looking a little distressed. Help from a marshal. 65 there in your picture, that's John Ongley. Give John a mention. Local lad, good little rider. He's got his 500 quacker back underway again, but very gingerly picking his way through the goo. Hunt, it is, number one, last year's winner. Should now be somewhere near the front. In fact, Hunt, I believe, now has taken the lead. Banks has gone missing. Edmondson now up in the second place, number two. So we've got 1 and 2, first and second. Stewie Coyle, this is the Welshman, number 6.
Yeah, in the traffic at the beginning, but...
We're picking up places now?
Yeah.
All right, Mike.
Well, it's a fresh pair of goggles for young Coyley. Get the bike back up, started again. Yeah, it's kicked up okay, so Stewie will get back out there amongst the others and pick up a few more laps in the top 10 at the moment. Nick there getting the fuel into Ryan Hunt's bike, currently leading this Weston Super Mare Beach Race 1991. Fuel in the bike and fuel in the rider. Sand just about gets everywhere, in your eyes, down your pants, in your boots. It can be very uncomfortable, but that's what beach racing is all about, and they call it fun. Gets back on the bike, gives it a kick. The Castrol 250 Suzuki, number one on the machine. It fires up, and he fires off down that start straight again. This is Dave Watson, number 17, former Western Beach racer, coming in for a fresh set of goggles. Clean those rads out, clean the bike off, fuel it up again.
Yeah, okay. Hard work.
Very wet.
Terrible.
No problem with the bike now.
Just stop it.
That's the sort of luck that Dave Watson seems to have every year at the moment. Just keeps stopping. He had a clutch problem last year. Or was it the year before? Off he goes. I wonder who that kiss was for, whether it was for me, our cameraman, or for his wife Joanne. Here's a young lad on a quad. This is Steve Dommett from Devon. And Stevie, well, you can see all the sand round the radiators. They've got to get that sound out the radiators.
Any problems, Steve?
Huh?
Any problems at all?
One plug. That's it.
So no problem at all at the moment?
No.
First lap, hard going?
Yeah. Bad.
Nothing like signing someone's death knell. Eric Chamberlain goes in with the microphone and says, is there any problems? Well, there's Hunt. He's having no problems. Here comes Edmondson again. Look at him just wheeling this Husqvarna. This lad will go on like this for 3 hours and show very little tiring whatsoever. Sporting that 6-day International Enduro shirt of his. Hunt's sporting a rather different style of shirt. I think was meant to be a waterproof at one time. It's one that will find its way into the bin when he's finished with it. Hunt over the dunes, picks his way past the slower riders. This is hard work. He won last year, had a hell of a battle with Julian Rawson. right up to the last lap, and Julie Rawson then unfortunately lost the use of his brakes. The brakes literally just wore out on the bike, and it allowed Hunt through to take the win last year on that last lap. Well, at the moment he's got a much better lead on second place man. There's Gerard Smith, number 12, and well, I'm sure he'll be saying some very choice words about the gentleman that was just in front, knowing Gerard. Second place man, it's still young Eddie. What a super talented lad this is. Trials rider, enduro rider, and believe you me, he can fare against the best on a motocross bike around just about any motocross circuit. Paul Edmondson it is, second place, chasing Ryan Hunt, last year's winner, hoping that this year will be his year to take the #1 plate for 1992. They have to queue up here to go through the lap scoring areas, wipe of that front plate so the lap scorers can read the number, punch it in onto the computer. It's all computerised. Well, there goes Eddie, starting the last and final lap of this 1991 Weston Super Mare Beach race. There's Hunt in the lead now. Can he stay there? Will that bike keep going? Will it stop, or will he fall off or make a mistake? I doubt it, because this young man has the ability and the skill to stay at the front. Here he comes. It's going to be Hunt that's going to take the win. And there, yes, he's being pointed through. It's got to be Ryan Hunt that takes the win. He's led literally, well, almost from the start. And what a fantastic ride. #1 on the bike. He'll carry it through to 1992. Throws his goggles there to the adoring crowd. That is one very happy lad, I can tell you now. He'll be tired, he'll be cold, he'll be very, very wet, but he will be very, very happy. This DBR-sponsored Weston Super Mare Beach Race 1991. You are looking at the winner with a £1,000 smile.
Tell us about it, Ryan.
I don't know. About an hour to go, I started getting cramps, and I didn't think I was going to get through it, but okay, just slowed down a little bit, took things easy, and came right.
And you look good all the way, though. You said you slowed down a bit, but it looked as if you was just playing with it.
I wish I was. I wish I was.
It was hard.
It was, yeah. Yeah.
Better than the first win?
I don't know, I think it's more difficult this year. There's a lot more ruts in the track.
Fairly tight with other traffic?
Yeah, there's a lot of traffic.
Pit crew done a good job for you today?
Oh, excellent job, excellent job. I'd like to thank Castrol Suzuki for everything. Doing a good job there.
And the bike's run well, no problems at all with the machine?
No problem at all. I had to make a couple of extra pit stops because of petrol. I didn't think I was going to make. Pit didn't think I was going to make it, so made an extra pit stop.
And is 3 in a row possible?
It's always possible, yeah.
You got out of the gate well, not in first place, but you got out of the gate well.
Yeah, that's always essential to get out well.
And you had full under control, you wouldn't trouble?
No, not at all.
And going out to South Africa soon?
Yeah, I think I'll go and see some sunshine soon.
Have you suffered with the weather? You've been cold at all?
It hasn't been too bad. I mean, you get used to it eventually.
And what periods of the race was the most difficult for you?
I don't know. I'd say about the 2-hour mark.
2-hour mark?
Yeah.
Fantastic, congratulations. Disappointed?
What can I say, really? Problem. I tried my hardest. I had a few problems at the start. I gave it my best shot, and that was it. That's all I could do.
Don't get cold up into the finnings hospitality. Okay. Brilliant ride, Paul. Nothing wrong with second. You're a winner. You always want to win. I mean, only one bloke can win. You'll be back next year. You get it. You know, it's been so close.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how far it was at the finish, but like, I come in for a pit stop early on. I broke my front brake on the very first lap. I had to stop. I had to get another brake. Other things happened as well, but I'm not making excuses. Ryan rode fantastic. I'm pleased for him, and I'm glad I finished second. So, it's bloody hard though. It's bloody hard work out there.
Hardest one this year you've done? Very wet?
Without a doubt, by far the hardest, most physical and everything. It's hard.
But you've had a hard week as well, Paul. Too much, do you think? Trying to ask yourself for too much?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta say, I mean, I'm only a human being. You've got limits. I've ridden a bike 6 days now, and I got here 1 o'clock Saturday morning, slept all day Saturday and rode today. It's hard.
Fantastic performance. Our commiserations, but well done.
Cheers.
7:20. Ian Brown is racing at 7:20 seconds late. And Brian Willis. That's a big old air called 490 hour horizon. Oh, well, you'll be over here. There's been a green from here then. 76:29 here, Sharon. 'He's a very fit, strong rider. We got one again to have a little minor 11.34. In second place, 5:25 in Brown. Third is 7:04 Brian Willis. Fourth is 6:55 Mike Wick. Fifth is 6:67 Al. Sixth is 7:19 Alex Haddow. 7:35 Ronaldo. 6:04. We're looking down in front of us here. Chris Broughton. The man who keeps life and limb together in the paddock, the British Championship Grand Prix in this country, Chris Broughton, having a weekend of leisure this weekend. Get out the lane for race again. We have a rubber bus that's sold out. There's no one going through there. That's got to be another one of those 40 riders. You've got one of those British Championship ones. There's not too many over actually. There's going to be a standing given tomorrow. We'll wait for tomorrow. But actually, you will only find Van Gogh there. He's going to be most likely a man who's 44 down here in front of us is Lee Forum from Husa with I think it's some sort of Centurion size for a pink on top of his head. I'm not quite sure. I don't think we need to talk too much about that. Okay, Yes, Nick, there's quite a few down here now coming in, and having reasonable Stanbridge from Stanford. I think I heard you mentioning Nick just now. Wearing a Union Jack shirt. 7:20 is in. The leader, he's in here. And little bit back still home. We're going to go to the orange street. Push helmet back and just pour it in the face. So that's the way the Paul's doing it. Right, okay, eat your heart out. Williams, we've just found a new way of pit stopping. I remember a few years ago when I rode over here. We went down the main straight. There was about 15 seconds or so between them. The 7:20 away comes on. And here comes one guy coming in. Oh dear. And they're all coming through now. The last is small baby car. So we got a group of riders. One second. just coming in. We've got it hasn't happened yet. Lisa Cook. Please report to the mobile first aid unit near the cat van. Lisa Cook, would you please report to the mobile first aid unit near the cat van? And I know the public address now. Please. I've been out there behind you about half an hour ago. Not had any problem with that. Please report to the mobile
So he's still going to club up 14 laps. The ID on 13 laps is 695 6 box Gavin Dixon, 1717 David Park, 82569 Steve Truman, and 57 now, platform and 10.719 out in shadow. So that's the top 10. Maybe the limousine just still come through. Obviously, some of the 125 are coming up.
So this is unbelievable, lads. They've been boys from lower top, but they just now are getting kicked off because they haven't got nothing to do. So they've gone down another section now, and they're pouring the petrol in for a 625. The man that won the walking, so it's